So the present scenario, so many drugs are coming, whether the country is going for patent like that new drug which DRDO has invented, whether the patent was filed for that?
I am not really clear about that, and he has said in a press release that it has got a different mechanism. So ICMR, it is together with ICMR. ICMR has a very good patent policy.
Okay.
No, recently DRDO they said they have come with a new drug. It is very
Yes,
good for
that
COVID.
is in collaboration. That is in collaboration with ICMR.
Okay, okay.
So ICMR would have definitely, they have a very good patent strategy and policy. So they would definitely have done that.
Yes, their basic research institute, madam, they would have.
They would have done it, definitely.
Yes, they have done this. Yes.
It's a deoxy-D-glucose, I think, right? The compound from the DRDO. It's a derivative or a form of glucose only. Very simple, very elegant research.
Yeah, correct. Such a simple molecule
Very
goes with just a structural modification.
Yes.
Really,
Very elegant.
there will be no problem in the even taking and other thing, because glucose is a known thing. The toxicity will not be there.
Not
so
there.
Very nice work they have done.
Beautiful.
Hopefully it clicks for everybody. And
yeah, it's a nasal drop or a oral formulation, as far as I remember.
It is an oral formulation. They said tablet.
Okay.
Oh.
These are the things, it doesn't have to be very complicated research, right? It can be a simple thing, and it makes life so much easier.
Correct. So we'll wait for another 5 minutes. I think all are listening to our conversation. Let it be useful for everybody, those who have
Yes,
joined.
madam, yes. Anyway, it is useful only.
So by
Even,
sharp
madam,
11 we will start, sir.
Bhatma, madam, I have something with you actually. I have some medicines to be tested. Can we test it in our college, madam? Is it possible?
What type of activities there? You tell me, sir.
No, this is actually basically Ayurvedic medicine actually.
Yeah, we are also having a pharmacognosy. I am the department pharmacognosy, which deals with all medicinal plants. So we have some setup we can do, sir, not an issue. We can do some in vitro, or we can do even analysis of that extract we can do. So facilities are there. We can collaborate, sir, not a problem.
Okay, madam.
That we will discuss separately, sir, and we will definitely do whichever is possible from our side, or which we have to outsource, we can do outsourcing also.
Okay, very good, madam. We'll do
People
it.
are there who do in vitro and even animal experiments. We have animal house, so there won't be any problem if we want to do animal activity also.
Okay, we'll do it, madam. I will discuss separately and then we'll do it actually.
Yes, sir.
Only how many participants, madam, now? As of now?
29
As
plus
of now, it is 37.
30, yeah, 57. So another 2 minutes, Shravani will start off, sir.
Yeah.
Okay, madam. Okay.
Sharp 11 will start, sir. Not an issue.
Yes,
30
yes.
plus are there.
Yeah.
Whatever number is there, they are joining. So we will start.
No, number is good, madam. Number is good only. It is almost coming around 40.
Yes.
Excellent.
It may become more than 50 soon.
No, 198 have registered, sir.
It may go to that, madam. The number come actually.
It will go whatever it is. This topic is really good. So I told final years also to register. But many final years didn't register. I don't know why they do like this. We tell them, but they don't understand sometimes. They feel
they have to actually attend this kind of programs. Then
yes,
only they'll be getting their knowledge getting expanded, madam. They cannot simply write for
all PGs have enrolled. So PGs are already joined, and few PharmD students have joined. So let us see. We'll see. Final year I have not seen yet. Final year few are there. I think they may join shortly.
Okay,
the emphasis on review of literature so far has only talked about peer-reviewed journals, right? And like publications, scientific articles, and things like that.
Yeah.
Students don't know, they have not been exposed to patent databases.
Correct.
So
Yes, yes.
once they see the kind of information that is available in patent databases, it's actually so addictive and so interesting, you know, you get more encouraged about your project when you go through a patent database. So it's very necessary that they be exposed, especially in the first and second year, so that they carry it with them till the end.
Yeah, correct. Now, in 8th semester, we have this project. So I told them that you join and see how patent is there and what it is, how your project can be become patentable. But let us see how
That
many joins.
that I will be only covering patent databases and how to look for information in patent databases today.
Yeah, yeah.
The patenting process, that needs another bit of time.
Yeah,
So
no problem.
so that we can do in some other lecture, some other time. Today it will be only prior.
Yeah, yeah, understood, understood.
Yeah, yeah.
No, patent they study in our third years also in forensic pharmacy, in jurisprudence they study, and even in cognosy one chapter is there regarding patents, how to apply patent, what was post-GATT period, what
Yes.
is pre-GATT period, all this thing we explain, ki how to file a patent also we explain to them. That
Yeah.
is 2 hours portion. So what justice we can do, we have done there, but not to the extent as you are going to take in, because we don't take a specific subject and talk a specific topic. I think Shravani,
Yeah,
you can
yeah.
start 11 o'clock. You can start
Yes,
Shravani.
now time is 11 o'clock. We can start, madam. Yes, madam. We'll start
Yes,
as per the schedule.
schedule time. Yes,
Let them
sure.
join, no problem.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yeah, sir. Sure.
Good morning. Thank you all for registering for this webinar, IPR webinar on prior art search. On behalf of our college chairman, Shri SNVL Narsimharaj Garu, and director, Dr. Mal Murugan sir, and principal Padma Parak, I thank once again all of you. I would like to request our principal, Dr. Padma Parak, to give a brief introduction about this, about the college, the Oxford College of Pharmacy. Madam, please.
Yeah. Good morning to one and all. Respected speakers, Sri Dr. Sarsija Padmanabhan, our respected founder, chairman, late Sri S. Narsaraju Garu, our beloved Honorable President, Sri SNVL Narsimharaju, Director Dr. Mal Murugan, HOD, staff, students, and the participants. Today we have gathered here for this wonderful webinar on prior art search, which is one of the basic steps for filing a patent. Madam will tell in detail, and let me give a brief introduction about our college. The Oxford College of Pharmacy was established in the year 1992 under the flagship of our founder chairman late Sri S. Narsaraju Garu, and the Oxford College is now under the guideship of President Sri SNVL Narsimharaju Garu, and our college is affiliated to RGHS, Drug Control Board, and approved by PCI New Delhi, that is Pharmacy Council of India, and is recognized by Government of Karnataka. We have been accredited with NAC for second cycle with B+ grade, and we are recognized by UGC under 2F. The Oxford College of Pharmacy offers 2 years diploma course, 4-year degree course, and 2-year post-graduation course in 3 specialization: pharmaceutics, pharmacology, and pharmacognosy, and 6 years of Doctor of Pharmacy and 3 years of post-baccalaureate course to train the students in the field of pharmaceutical science. We really believe that this Oxford College of Pharmacy has achieved a status of premium institute in city because of our dynamic leader, Sri SNVL Narsimharaju Garu. We have an excellent team of well-qualified, trained and experienced faculty to impart knowledge in both theoretical and practical aspects. And we are having a well-equipped laboratory with good equipments, and I can proudly say that we have a very good collection of books including digital library. And our students do very good in the university exams also, and co-curricular also. From last 1.5 years we could not do, but they are very good in both academic as well as in co-curricular activities. I want this webinars will further enlighten their knowledge with the view, and with our new director's entry into our campus, Dr. Mal Murugan. He is very active person. He also tells you do something for the improvement in the quality of the education, and that is the basic motto of our children education society. So in this we are just put one leaf here, so that students get enlightened. Maybe the talk which is there may enlighten not today, maybe in another few years to come. We don't know what will instigate when this topic, if they have heard clearly, when it will instigate and make them as a career later. So with this word I thank, and I give this opportunity back to Shravani to introduce the speaker, and we can start with the program. Thank you very much.
Thank you, ma'am. Now I would like to introduce our guest speaker of the day. Good morning, everyone. Good morning, all the participants. I myself, Shravani, Assistant Professor at Oxford College of Pharmacy, take this privilege on behalf of our Chairman, Sri SNVL Narasimharaj Garu, Director, Dr. Mal Murugan, Principal, Dr. Padma M. Parak, HODs, staff and students, to introduce the guest speaker of the day, Dr. Saraswati Padmanabhan, DL Tutor, WIPO at World Intellectual Property Organization, Bangalore, Urban. Here is a brief summary of Dr. Saraswati Padmanabhan's profile. Dr. Saraswati Padmanabhan is a proficient patent facilitating expert with 20 plus years experience. She is multifaceted with broad technology intelligence, including patent and non-patent literature in biochemistry, molecular biology, pharmaceutical sciences, organic chemistry, inorganic chemistry, medical devices, physical chemistry, bioengineering, polymer and material sciences, and newer domains which interface multiple disciplines like nanotechnology and biotechnology. She has a high caliber delivery of excellent client experience by outstanding and precise information retrieval and application. She has a record of delivering multi-domain technology landscapes within strict time and budget constraints with no compromise on quality, complete patent competitive landscape support involving business, technology, science and IP law. Her specialties include she is registered as a patent agent in India. She completed the WIPO distance learning course DL101 on intellectual property and passed the course with A grade. On behalf of all the participants, we all welcome you, ma'am.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Hello.
Hello. Yeah. Shall I start presenting?
Oh, 1 second. Yeah. Dr. Mal Murugan sir, you will like to speak some few words, or we can proceed?
Anything, madam, as you have a plan, no problem. Anyway, very good morning to every one of you. Respected speaker of this event, dear principal, faculty colleagues, and my dear participants. I am very happy to be part of this program on IPR. Majority of the researchers are still thinking that they can go for publications, and they have to think more on patents now. They are going to be counted in the near future. And I'm very happy to see that topic. The topic is on how to go for peer research on the patent documents. So this is quite interesting for me also. I am also eagerly waiting for the lecture given by our guest speaker. And I'm appreciating the efforts taken by College of Pharmacy, Oxford College of Pharmacy, in organizing this event, the need of the topic. Just I discussed with the madam last week that please go for more events. Madams immediately organizing this program today. I'm very happy for that, and they will go for more such meetings. I wish a grand success of this meeting, and I hope all the participants would have get benefited at the end of the program with a new kind of knowledge that will be shared by our guest speaker. Thank you for the opportunity given to me. Now the floor is given to our speaker. Thank you, madam.
Thank you, sir.
Okay, I'll just open my PPT and you'll have to tell me whether it is visible or not. Is it visible?
The screen is visible, madam. Screen is visible.
You can see prior art search written there.
No, we have seen the Google the page.
Yes. Okay, so we have to stop sharing and come to the PPT. Okay, stop sharing, open share tray. Okay, so now can you see the PPT?
Actually, there will be lag for
Yes.
some minutes. That's all.
It is coming, madam. It is coming now.
Okay, so now the topic for today's discussion and webinar is prior art search. Okay, prior means earlier and art is literature, and usually when we do a project or when we start we do a review of literature. In the review of literature, we look at scientific articles and journals. Shavani, I would need your help to tell me what the answers are in the chat box. Now, I'm going to ask a question and I would need the participants to answer by putting their answers in the chat box. How many of you do a patent literature search before deciding on your project? Patent literature search. Are you basically I'm trying to find out, are you aware of patent databases? Any answers in the chat box?
No, ma'am, not yet. We have not yet received any.
Okay, I am urging the participants to put the answers because I need to gauge what is it that you know, and accordingly I will modulate the presentation. I am asking you, before you do a project, a scientific project, do you do a patent database search? Are you aware of patent databases?
Madam, one answer is no.
Okay, no. All right. That's fair enough. Not many students in India know about patent data. That's fine. But that is an immense source of cutting edge technology, which is generally not available in scientific literature. Why am I saying this? There is a requirement. One of the needs is that before you publish your finding or your research in any peer-reviewed journal, you should file for an application, patent application. It should be done before it is published. If it is published, your chances of getting your patents becomes very small. It is in the public domain already, it becomes prior art. Okay, so prior art cannot be given a patent. So you should be filing your patent application, and after you get the patent application number, that is when you can go and publish your research work, okay, in scientific journals. So there is this one thing that most people are unaware of, and it causes a lot of lag. You know, people say, oh, he's got a patent, I have given for research. That is because they file for the application before, and first to file always gets a priority. All right, okay. Now let us go to the thing. So basically, what is prior art? Prior art is any evidence that your invention is already known. Okay, it does not need to exist physically or be commercially available. It is enough that someone, somewhere, sometime previously has described or shown or made something that contain a use of technology that is very similar to your invention. So basically, anything that exists and is documented and is related to your invention becomes prior art. It becomes evidence that this thought has been documented earlier. Okay. what are the main objectives of prior art? First, it is to generate ideas for R&D. Okay, you want new ideas. You don't want to copy somebody. You want to have something new. You want to avoid duplication. You want to reduce R&D investment. You have to develop new technical solutions to problems. You want to evaluate specific technology, plan new products, identify state-of-the-art technology, find the legal status of patent application, assess novelty and patentability, market for commercialization, update new trends, and also monitor competitors' research activities, prevent infringement actions, etc. So now I have a question for the audience. Shavni, I again depend on you for this.
Yeah, sure, ma'am. I'm ready.
Okay. So there is an invention that you have which is related to a wheel. Okay. You are looking at prior art and you see a prehistoric cave painting of a wheel. A prehistoric cave painting of a wheel. Your invention is related to a wheel. Now, would this prehistoric cave painting of a wheel constitute prior art? Answers in the chat box, please. Your invention relates to a wheel and you see a prehistoric cave painting of a wheel. The definition of prior art is any documented evidence anywhere. Any answers in the chat box?
No, ma'am. I have not received any.
Okay, we can give a couple of minutes more and then we have to keep going. But I would urge the participants to interact. Put in your answers.
Yes. This is not a prior art, madam. No documentation is there.
All right. Any kind of documentation, so a prehistoric cave painting becomes a documentation and it is prior art. Okay. So any kind of documentation can be used by the examiner against your invention. If he finds it and you're not able to defend it, then it constitutes prior, it goes against your patent. It is evidence against your patent. All right. Let's be clear on this. Any kind of documentation, it can be a cave painting. No, next. A product is not patented but exists in the market. A product is not patented but exists in this evidence of prior art. A product not patented but exists in the market. Any answers?
No, ma'am.
Okay, give it a couple of minutes more. Please interact. It is the way we learn. Otherwise, it will not be fruitful for you, students. Please interact. Put in your answers in. Okay, no answers so far, Shamni?
No answers, ma'am. No answers yet.
Okay, it is also prior art. Okay, even if it is not patented but exists in the market, that is evidence of use, and that is prior art. Okay, an invention that is described in a journal but never became a product. This is the next question. An invention that is described in a journal but never became a product. Would this constitute prior art? Any answers?
No, ma'am.
The answer is there. Lokesh, answer is there.
Okay, what is the answer?
It says yes, it is a prior art. Yes, madam. Like
Yes.
this.
Yes, very good. That is correct. That is correct. Absolutely correct. So that is prior art. Okay. So then how do you do prior art search? Prior art search can include search on patent and non-patent databases. When you say non-patent databases, it could be any database for literature about scientific articles, science or a Google Scholar. These are non-patent databases. General internet searches, identifying and consulting experts in the field, physical search in yet to be digitized libraries. So not everything is digitized, right? Long ago, especially like when I was a student, we had to go to the library, sit, take journals, note down everything. There were no computer. Many of those periodicals and journals are not digitized, and there may be prior art, there may be information inside them. That is also prior art. Okay. So now here is a story about what kind of information becomes prior art. For example, this is something which really happened, and you have to keep it in mind when you file a patent, what the examiner can use as prior art against your invention. On September 14, 1964, the freighter Al Kuwait, it capsized in the docks in Kuwait's harbor. The ship was carrying 5,000 sheep that started decomposing in the harbor's water. Since this threatened to contaminate the city of Kuwait's drinking water supply, the ship had to be raised as quickly as possible. Bringing in cranes would have taken too long and carried a significant risk that the ship will break. Now, this gentleman by the name of Kreuer, Karl Kreuer, he was a Danish inventor. He came up with a method of raising this sunken ship by filling it with buoyant bodies fed through a tube. And this happened in December of 64. He filled the ship with millions of plastic balls made of expandable polystyrene foam, and the balls were airlifted to Kuwait, and they were successful in straightening the ship. Because it was something so novel, or he thought so novel, inventor Karl Kreuer applied and received patents for this method. In the United Kingdom, there is a patent number for it, and in Germany. Okay, the examiners who looked at this patent application in the United Kingdom and Germany, they thought it was a novel invention. Okay, and the main claim was buoyant bodies are inserted into a sunken through a tube from a salvage. Now, the inventor Kreuer applied for the same application, same patent in Holland, in the Netherlands. But what happened there? He did not get a patent. Why? Because there the examiner saw, and in his prior art search, he saw this comic strip, The Sunken Yacht by Karl Barks in 1949. This whole incident happened in 1964. So in 1949, information constitutes prior art. It was before 1964. And this comic strip shows the same idea of Donald Duck putting a tube with balls under the ship to straighten it. You see this entire story. I'll try and get a. No, I don't have more than this, but let me see. Can you see it? Is it visible?
Yes.
Yes, ma'am.
You see, he's doing the same thing. Although it is a fiction of it's an imaginary thing, but it is prior art. It is documented. The thought is documented, right? So, and the Holland examiner found this. So the poor person, although he had 2 patents already and he was pretty rich, now in Holland he was not. His patent application was not granted. Okay. Similarly, there are other examples where there are comic strips, which there is another one here I have, which is an entry signal system for pets, which comprises a panel hingedly or otherwise movably attached to the lower part of a door. Entry system for pets. You see here there is a little door where the pet can enter. Okay. Moving the panel by the pet closes a switch to cause a bell and a warning device to operate. Very cleverly, the inventor Paul Graham Usher, he incorporated a comic strip which had a similar picture, and his patent was processed. You see here, there is a similar thing here. Can you see this portion where there is a panel for a dog to enter? Is it visible?
Yeah, it is
Yes.
visible.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes, ma'am.
So this is also a figment of the imagination. It is a fiction thing, but it is documented. So what this inventor did was he accepted that it is documented, incorporated in his application. All right. So these are some of the interesting things that happens in prior art search. And okay, now some concepts to be cleared. If you have a discovery, does that constitute prior art? That is the main concept. Okay. So if you discover iron ore, is that patentable subject matter? Can I see answers in the chat box, please, Shavni? Discovery of iron ore.
No.
Very good. Discovery is not patentable subject matter because it documents something that already exists. If something already exists, it is a documentation. It is some kind of an evidence. It is something that is already there in nature. So you cannot patent that which already exists. There has to be human intervention. Next question is a method of extracting iron from its ore. A method of extracting iron from its a new method, let us say, a new method for extracting iron from its ore.
The answers are yes.
Very good. Now, the iron which results from the new extraction process. The iron resulting from the new extraction process, is that patentable subject matter?
Yeah, all are saying yes, yes, yes.
Very good. Everybody has understood. So that what cannot be patented and that what constitutes prior art is iron ore because it already exists in nature. Okay. Anything which has human intervention and makes it different from that what already exists is patentable subject matter. Okay. Now, okay, now I have I'll skip these. There is a question. Would detecting salicylic acid in willow be patentable? Would detecting salicylic acid in willow be patentable?
The answers are no in chat box.
Excellent. That is absolutely correct, because salicylic acid already exists in willow and you're only discovering it, you're only detecting it. So if it is already existing, you cannot patent it, already prior, right? Now, would finding out and applying that salicylic acid provides relief from headache be patentable? Would finding out and applying that salicylic acid provides relief from headache be patentable?
Okay. Yeah, they have
Some of
given
them
answer
say yes,
yes.
some of them say no.
Yes, yes. The answer is yes, because there is something you're applying to. You're applying it for headache. And if that is not known earlier, then it becomes patentable subject matter. Excellent. Very good. Now, there are two types of, okay, we will not talk about non-patent databases. We will just talk about patent databases. Patent databases can be subscribed for a fee, or they can be free patent databases. Those existing in the public domain, you don't have to pay to use them. All right. Now, the free ones are the ones which we usually deal with, and the ones which you have to pay for, that is for specialized work where you want some specific information, you want some analysis and you want some visuals out of it, then the paid ones are very good. They have very good drilling mechanisms, extract, retrieve specific things. Now the free ones are patent scope, which is by the World Intellectual Property Organization, as SpaceNet, which is by the European Patent Office, USPTO, which is by the United States Patent and Trademark Office. Our Indian patent database is INPAS. And of course, the favorite one for me is Google Patents. It's simple, it's easy to use, and you are comfortable with it. So I will expose you today to Google Patents, and the ones which are like for a cost are MicroPat, PatBase, Delphion, and Thomas Innovation. These are all for a cost. Okay, we won't look at those today. Now, the kind of prior art search which you do. If you think you have innovated something, then there is something called a patentability search. Patentability search requires three things: novelty, utility, and inventive step. Novelty means it should not be available in any form anywhere in the world. Okay, it's an absolute standard of novelty. Inventive step is if this information is given and a person of ordinary skill of in that particular domain should not be able to guess or arrive at that what you are claiming as an invention. Okay, that is the inventive step. And then there is utility. There has to be some application for that what you're claiming your patent. Basis of the patentability search. Next is freedom to operate. When you have something and you want to operate that or use that, make, use, or sell that, then you need to check whether you are treading on anybody's toes, whether somebody else has already patented what you are going to use. So that is freedom to operate. Then there is invalidity, validity search. Then if you're accused of a patent infringement or plan to license a patent involved in a litigation concerning IP, you do a validity, invalidity search. Now you're in the middle of innovating something and you find that something is already there in the prior art and somebody has already claimed it. Then you have to do a design around search. How can you overcome that stumbling block? State of the art search, IP landscape search. State of the art is basically a review of literature like you all do, but in this case, you include patent literature searches. IP landscape studies, you look only at the intellectual property. Okay, so these are the different types of searches. And then it includes some pre-search activities. First of all, you have to identify the purpose of the search, like I showed in the previous slide. And then you have to understand the technology, right? Identify the novel elements so that you get the keywords and phrases. And there is a concept of patent classes, which we'll briefly touch upon today. Not possible to go in detail into this. Okay, so these are some of the pre-search activities. 1, identify the purpose of the search. 2, understand the technology. 3, identify novel elements. 4, identify keywords and phrases. 5, identify appropriate patent classes. Now, how do you come to the novel elements? This is one of the pre-search activities. So let us say you have a device for a certain process. So you break it up. What is the device? What is its form? What are the parts, structure? How does it function? What is the effect it produces? You break up the process. What are the sequence of steps? What is the combination of device and process? Does it have an end product? Does it constitute a new chemical substance? And so on. So this is deconstruction. So we will take an example to understand deconstruction better. So let's take a loaf of bread. Now, if you have an innovation for a loaf of bread and you want to do a prior art search on a loaf of bread, you have to break it up into component technologies and component ingredients. Now, if you're looking at component ingredients, you can think of immediately of flour, liquid, shortening, yeast, dough conditioners. So these are the component ingredients. What are the component technologies? There is sifting, mixing, leavening, kneading, baking, slicing. Is that all? No, you have to break it up further depending on the specificity you are looking for. How specific do you want your literature, patent literature search to be? So how do you break it up further? So if you take flour, what kinds of flour can you have? You can have soya flour, you can have wheat flour, you can have corn flour. Then further, wheat flour can be bleached, it can be enriched, it can be refined, it can be whole wheat, gluten-free, and so on. Say you do for liquid, for example. What kinds of liquid can be used? Water, milk, beer, buttermilk, yogurt, fruit juice. All these liquids can be used in the making of bread. Shortening, what kinds of shortening? So you see, it is going from a very generic or very broad description to very specific descriptions, and you keep on doing that till you have all the keywords in your list. Okay. Similarly, you will deconstruct for component technology. If you say sifting, then you again have what are the instruments which you will use. It will be sifter, sieve, colander, whisk, food processor. All this is associated with sifting. Mixing, what is associated with mixing? You put down the technologies associated with mixing. Leavening, kneading can be manual or you can use a food processor. How are you going to bake? You're going to use an electric oven. Is it a solar oven? Is it a wood oven? How are you going to slice? Is it manual? Is it mechanized? So you see, it is a huge process. The process of collecting keywords is the most important one here. So you collect all these words for your prior art search. Now, to give an example from pharma. Okay, so let us say you have come up with something about diclofenac, you want to do a prior art search. So what are the, how will you deconstruct that? You want to do a prior art search on this. You have to have the generic chemical structure, okay? A generic chemical structure. Then you have the various trade names, put them down. You have the various chemical names, put them down. You have the exact structure, put that down. What else do you want? The gel formulation, what types of gel formulation? Is it plastic? Is it pseudoplastic? Is it elastic? Is it a topical product? Get all these information in your list, okay? Network of colloidal solid particles, natural, synthetic, single phase, two phase, put all these elements down. This will help in your search. This is the process of deconstruction. Now, if it is in life sciences, if it is a transgenic or a multivitamin corn variety, so then you need the gene constructs. What are the plasmids? What are the promoters? Put all those down. What is the source? What are the processes, right? Cloning, transformation, particle bombardment. Have everything down together. And you have to have it in series. What comes first? What is the broadest and how does it get more specific? Okay, so these are the various ways of deconstruction. You will have a keyword string which can go into a page. Doesn't matter. It's all right. If that's how specific you want to get, use it. Further, you have to have information about Boolean operators. All right. Let me see in the chat box, how many of us know Venn diagrams? How many of us, just answer yes or no. Do you know Venn diagrams? Shavani, can we have some answers, please?
Ma'am, Padma ma'am will check on that. I'm not able to access the chat actually. Madam will be.
Yeah, I also have a problem with that. I don't know. Sometimes it does. So please, if somebody can access, madam, can we request you?
Yes, answer is yes.
Okay, very good. If the answer is yes, my job is very simple. So we use something like Venn diagrams to classify the keywords that we have already generated. Let us say we have set A for one set of keywords and we have set B for another set of. Now, if we have A union B, right? If we have A union B, we will get all the elements of A and all the elements of B. What is the equivalent in Boolean operators? In Boolean operators, it is OR. If you say A or B, it is equivalent to A union B. So you will get all the elements of A and all the elements of B. It is a broad search. Similarly, if you have A intersection B, you will have those elements which are common to both A and B. Now, just to check whether you've been listening to me, if I am having two sets of keywords, A and B, and I do a search with A or B, what are the kinds of results that I will get? Answers in the chat box, please. A or B, what kind of results will we get?
ಅದರಲ್ಲಿ ಹೆಂಗೆ ಇದೆ ಕನೆಕ್ಷನ್
ಇದನ್ನ ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ಈಗ ಫಾರ್ವರ್ಡ್ ಮಾಡ್ಬಿಟ್ಟು ಆಮೇಲೆ ವೇಟ್ ಮಾಡಿ.
A or B is A union B. So we'll have both A and B.
Excellent. Very good answer. Similarly, what would be A and B? What are the answers that you get if you say A and B?
It is common to both A and B.
It's the intersection. It's the intersection. So when you want a specific search, then you do the A and B. If you want a very generic, where the element can be either A or from B, then you do OR. Okay, so these are the major Boolean operators. Not is one which is used to exclude. And then we also have proximity operators in which you say near, this word is within 5 words of another word. So those are proximity operators. When you do these searches, you will understand them. We will do that now in a little while. Then there is the international patent classification, a very quick introduction to you on this. It requires a complete session to understand it thoroughly. Here, just like in a library, all the patents are docketed in various classes from A to H. You can see A is human necessities, B is performing operations like transporting, C is chemistry. Most of our work would be with class C, right? D is textiles, E is fixed construction, F is mechanical engineering, G is physics, H is electricity. And then A61 is very important, medical or veterinary science. 61K, preparation for medical. 61K38, medicinal preparations containing. It gets more and more specific. Okay, peptides having more than 20 amino acids by 16, by 17 from animals, from humans, etc. Okay, so what are the steps involved in prior art search? You have to get a document, review the document, do a background search, collect keywords, and build a search query. Collect the documents from the search query, make a taxonomy, sample analysis, and then you pick out the classes and keywords again from the sample analysis. And then give it back to the client, review it again, modify, and then again finalize the query, start the analysis, mark the relevant patents, and then you structure your report. So this was my presentation. I will now take you to Google patents, and let us take a look on that. So I have to how do I do this? Okay, yeah, so now I have to stop presenting and share my Google patents.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, I have done it. So on your screens, you should be able to see my Google patents screen.
Yes, ma'am. It's visible.
I will put diclofenac, okay, and we just diclofenac, and let me go back first. Okay, so here what you have two small pictures here. You see the light bulb, which is for patents, and you also have a stack of books here. The stack of books for non-patent literature, and that you will come with a tick over here. It will search and read full text of patents from around. Okay, so this is Google Patents. It's patents.google.com. Okay, if you type that, it will come. Now we are going to remove this box because we are going to look only at patents, right? Now I will write here diclofenac. Okay. So here you see on the left hand side, can you give me the trade names for diclofenac so that we put it here? Can anybody give me the trade names of diclofenac? What can we use for? Okay, I know Voltaren and Caltaflam. Voltaren and Caltaflam. So we can go Voltaren. Caltafam, I think it is.
Diclomax is coming from chart. Diclomax.
Diclomax, okay.
Yes.
Diclomax, anything else?
Diclotal.
Diclo, T-E-N,
TAL.
T-A-N. Okay. Any other keywords? Any other trade names or any other, which class of compounds does it come under? Okay, so let us see. So these are trade names we have. This is, let us say, set A. Now we want to combine it with analgesic or maybe antipyretic or what do we say, pain, yeah, associated with pain. Anything else?
Anti-inflammatory.
Okay. All right. So we've got anything else? Okay, so let's go with this. So now what can we do with this information that we have given to this database? You can sort by relevance, newest to oldest. You can group by patent classification. So group by patent classification. So if you here it tells you, you can do it. If you go on the this thing, it's available here, and then you can deduplicate by family, and you can have the number of results per page. You see, so these are the things which are available here. Here you have set A and you have set, and then you can here put which patent office you want to limit yourself to. WO is from the WIPO, okay? There is no such thing as an international patent, but you can go through the WIPO office and designate your countries. Then there is US, EP, that is for Europe, JP for Japan, Korea, China, and so on. So let us limit ourselves to the US. By clicking on US over here, you will reduce the number of results that you want to see. Further, you want to see, let us say you want to limit yourself to some particular company. Okay, let us say you want to limit yourself to Jazz Pharmaceuticals Ireland. Okay, how many patents do they have? So you put that in the assignee name, Jazz Pharmaceuticals Ireland Limited. Okay, so you get 12 results. Why are we seeing only one result here? It says about 12 results and it shows you only one. Why? It says only one because the rest are family members. When a patent enters so many countries, you see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. It's entered so many countries. So those are the 12 results which are family members of this one. Okay. Now you can also search by the structure. You have a structure over here. You can see this. This is, you can search and you get a structure. You can add that structure to the query. So you get the inchai key. You can see the inchai key. Is everybody able to see the inchai key? Is it visible? Hello?
Yes, ma'am, it's visible.
Yes, ma'am.
So we can do add to query over here. Okay, and you can remove this from here. And you get more results over here. You can look, you get the structure on the side. You can check which is the closest one that you want to add to your search. On the side, you get the structure. So you can enter any of these by clicking on, and you will see the entire patent over here. The patent abstract, and all the bibliographic data about the patent application number, the inventors, the family members, US, Australia, international, Japan, Europe, US, everything is over here, and its history, where it was filed, who filed it, when was it published, when was it granted, okay, and when was the litigation filed, when do you anticipate its expiration. All this information is given over here. Okay, now further you also get the classifications. Are you interested in looking at, this is a diazole, are you interested in other diazoles? Okay, hydrogenated derivatives, which is your specific interest? Drugs for skeletal disorders, joint disorders. Okay, so you get all the classifications, and if you click on a classification, you will get the patents associated with that classification. All right, so this is the abstract, and then the description. The description has all the technology which is related to that particular application. It is the technical part. A patent is a techno-legal document. The technology or the mode of enablement is given in this part. Okay, that is the description. You can see the highlights. The highlights are the words you are interested in. You can see analgesic is highlighted, diclofenac is highlighted, pain is highlighted. You can see that, right? So you can see what you're looking for very clearly in this Google Patents document. Okay, and what is the claims? The claims is the legal part of the techno-legal document. What is protected by this patent? These are the claims. There are independent claims which are in bold, and the softer, the lighter ones, that is the dependent claims. The independent claims and the dependent claims. The dependent claims depend on this first claim. Okay, so this is how they protect the invention, and you can see that over here. Okay, so this is most of information in a patent document. You can also download this PDF. Click on this download button and see if you PDF and down from this button over here. Try it and let me know if it is functioning for you. Are you able to see the PDF? Any answers? Are you all looking at your mobile phones?
Yeah, most of them must be using mobile phone. So downloading PDF, I
Will
think
be a
that
problem.
yeah.
Yes.
But
So
they have
next time we
understood
have a,
how to do.
yeah, they will have to be told that it has to be done on a computer screen, because if it is on a phone, these functionalities will not be visible, and this is about working with. So this one, and then find prior art. If you click on find prior art, what will happen is you will get, it will have its own keywords, it will put a priority date, and it will generate its own results. Now, what other thing which is very, very helpful in Google Patents is you can download these search results. You see this download, is that visible? If you click on this download, what happens is it generates an X which will come on the left-hand corner of your screen. Can you see this Excel sheet here in the bottom? It says group
Yes.
search. Yes. Now, if tell me, if I open this, will I still be with you or will I lose you? I'll have to go out and come back in again.
I don't think so. You can use it. If you open, it will open. I think so. Not an issue.
Okay. Okay. So I have opened it. Are you able to see my Excel sheet?
No. Yeah, it is opening. Something is opening now.
Okay. Let me know if you are able to see it. Otherwise, I will exit and enter again. Is it visible?
No, it is not visible.
It's not visible. All right, doesn't matter. We will do this. Okay, so I will. Okay, so now this is the Excel sheet that you should see. Are you able to see this Excel sheet? It will generate this Excel sheet.
Yes.
It will generate this Excel sheet. Now, here are all the patent titles, the assignment, all this information is here for you to work with. Okay. But now, so this, you cannot, it's not linked, right? But they have given you a patent link. So what you do is you insert a column and you hyperlink that number so that is you do an equal to the link location is where link location is in J3. So we put J3 here and then you put your, where is your patent number? It is in A3. You do that and what you will do is you will get a hyperlinked number. Okay, these are, so it has brought patent and non-patent literature, but let me just do it for the first few. Okay, so here, let us do only for so much. So you've got the entire thing hyperlinked. Now, if you click on this link, it will take you directly to the patent. Okay, so are you able to see how to hyperlink the patent? And here, if I click on this, it should take you to the patent database. So try this and tell me that you're able to do this. Is this clear? This is the last step and it is an important step for you to work with Google Patents. Any answers?
I think they are downloading or probably they are using the hyperlinks.
Yeah. Yes, yes, please.
So the full patent will come when we click there, correct?
Yes, it will come.
Anybody has downloaded or opened the link, they can put a message in the chat box.
Any answers? All good?
Nobody has replied till now. I think downloading is taking some time probably, but they have understood how to do it.
Okay.
Somebody has put patent picture also in the chat.
Nice. Very nice. Okay. So this is all that I wanted to share. Now it's time for questions. If you have any questions, I only did Google patents today. Also wanted to do patent scope, but I think the participants need to go back and look at Google patents in detail, work with it with your own examples and try and figure it out. This is just one of the patent databases. Patent scope, if you Google, you will get something, but we can organize another workshop or another webinar for it some other time. For now, I think this is about an hour I have spoken, given you information, try and digest it, try and think about it. And any questions now, please raise them.
Any questions you have, you can put in chat box. Any students are having any questions, you can put in chat box. Or you can mute yourself, then you can mute and you can speak. Somebody, or you can raise hands. If you are unable to mute yourself, you can put one picture of raising hands. We will unmute Ms. Ramani will unmute you. Any questions? Ms. Ramani, you can make yourself as presenter. You can, madam, you have stopped sharing, no?
Yes, I have stopped sharing. Yes.
So then, Shravani, you can make yourself as a presenter and you can ask, you can put chat box, any questions has come, you can check. Students should interact. No questions have come.
All right, then let us hope that they have understood what I have said. And next time, if we have, I will start with questions only. They'll have to answer questions, only then we will proceed.
Yeah, we'll do some other time, maybe in another 1 month time, or if you are comfortable, then one more week we can do, whichever date is convenient for you.
This month is totally booked, Dr. Prabha. This month is not possible for me, but anytime, if you give me sufficient time, I will definitely book a slot.
No problem. One more, we can have a session how to go further, because you have shown prior art search now, okay, how to search and go. Later on, we can go for the next step.
Yes.
One more lecture from your side also.
Yes, yes, definitely. I hope it was useful, and I am very thankful to all of you to have brought me to this platform to share what I know. And yes, thank you so much.
Shravani, ask any questions and then we can proceed and we can close. If no questions are there.
Sure. I request all the participants, if you have any doubts to be asked, Dr. Saraswati ma'am, you can go through.
Now you are able to see the chat?
Yeah.
No.
They have written how to extract the link into Excel sheet.
I showed, that's what I showed. But if you are on a mobile phone, you will not know how to do this. For that, you need to sit in front of a system. There is a download tab on the Google Patents search page. You click on the download tab. a CSV document will come on the left-hand corner. Open that, that is the Excel sheet. And then you insert a column and you put the hyperlink. The link is given, you put the hyperlink. That's it.
Yeah, I think I will share the recording. We have done the recording, so we will share with the students. If they have any doubt, they can just go through the recording also, and they can know more and how to download or think that you have given very clear explanation there. They can go through if they have any doubt.
Absolutely, absolutely.
Okay. Ma'am, can we submit same patent application in 2 different countries? They are asking the question.
So it's like this. If you have commercial interest in a country, yes, you can. But first you have to file in India. And then in 12 months, in that they give you a time, that becomes a family member. It doesn't become another patent. It becomes a family member of the initial patent. Yes, you can do that. But the priority date will be from the date of filing in the first country.
Okay. But if it is a drug which is of emergency use, like in COVID situation, then whether they can file in both the places simultaneously, is that possible?
That depends on the national laws of the countries of where you are having the interest, because an emergency situation for our country, for example, it is basically public friendly, that we should be for the public, but some countries it's not like that, right?
Okay.
So it depends on the national law of the country where you want to enter.
Okay. Any other questions?
Madam, suppose if it is paid one, how much you have to pay for searching?
Paying for searching? No, the reason I'm giving this talk to you so that you can search for yourself without having to pay. But if you go for paying, this is a costly affair. This is a costly affair. Yeah.
No, some data will be freely available. Some data you have to pay and access.
Patent databases are in the public domain.
In public domain, all. Okay, fine. So now it is patent will be valid for 20 years, correct, madam?
20 years from the date of filing, not from the date of grant. Yeah, from the date of filing.
That's what one question was written. How long the patent will be valid? They have written one question. So.
Proceed to vote of thanks, madam.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Ms. Ramani, you can propose vote of thanks. And for participant, we have put the feedback link for this seminar. You can fill that feedback link. I have already we have already put in the chat box, so you can fill. Your certificates will come within 1 or 2 days. Okay, Samni, you can propose vote of thanks.
Yeah, sure, ma'am.
And Slavani, you can take one screenshot of this screen also.
Yes, sir. I've already taken.
Yes. Anyway, with all faces. That's why I switched on my video only for that purpose now.
Yes, sir. I have taken.
Yeah, proceed.
Yes. Now it's time to propose vote of thanks and end this wonderful session. I, on behalf of Chairman Shri SNVL Narsimharaj Garu, Director Sir Dr. Malmurugan, Principal Dr. Padma M. Parak, HODs, staff and students, and on my own behalf, I extend a very hearty vote of thanks to the speaker, Dr. Sarasija Padmanabhan, for gracing her important work on sharing with us your findings and opinions today. I hope Madam was successful in putting forth her ideas regarding the topic of the day, IPR webinar on prior art search. Thank you, ma'am. Finally, I would like to take this opportunity to place on record our hearty thanks to Dr. Padma M. Parak, Principal, Oxford College of Pharmacy, for the perfect logistic support and guidance she has extended to all of us for us in organizing this webinar. Thank you, ma'am. Feedback link was already given in the chat box, and all the registered participants will be receiving your e-certificate within 1 to 3 days. I thank all the participants for registering and for your wonderful patience for listening this webinar. Thank you. Thank you all.
Thank you.
And one more thing, I would like to thank Mr. Manjunath from Engineering College who gave contact of Madam. I forgot to acknowledge, but I acknowledge his help, and I really got a wonderful speaker and who has enlightened us with so many good things. So now the students who are doing project, definitely they will see what they want to do with the help of this, and then they can do wonderful project, whatever sufficient time they get. It was really good, and I'll definitely see that we'll organize one more program, one more seminar with you. If you're free and if permits, definitely we will organize one more, because it was really interesting, and I really understood so many things, and it was really good. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Thank you so much.
Even next time, madam, suppose if normalcy comes, we can visit our campus.
Yeah.
And even suppose we present on screen, and even we can go for all downloading everything. You can show it in demo to our
Absolutely.
participants also, our students also.
Will be my pleasure. I will
Yes,
be
madam.
delighted.
Please pay the institute. Please pay visit one time. Okay.
Definitely.
Okay, madam. Okay. Thank you.
Okay, sir. Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.
Thank you, madam. Thank you. Thank you. Bye.
Okay, sir. Okay, he's leaving. Shravani, you prepare the report and download the attendance also.
Yeah, ma'am, I have downloaded already.
Okay, fine.
Yeah, I'll end this.
Then we'll leave this meeting now. Good
Yeah.
work. Okay.
Yeah, thank you.